You guys need to watch the TV show Mad Men if you haven't already. If you don't know, one of the main characters on there is called Don Draper, and he's a alpha male, smooth, charismatic, head of an ad agency firm character who always gets the job done and is very tall, dark and handsome. Great character, and he cannot stop cheating on his wife behind her back. He is professional, but at the same time too sexy for his own good. I do not condone cheating on this channel, but hey, he's a great character. You spend 5/7 of your time in this place. You generally want to smell professional and have an inoffensive scent with your perfumes when you're at work. Let's face it, when we're at these places for 5/7 of our lives, we want to smell sexy and attractive in our workplace. There's nothing wrong with that. And I think there are some fragrances that definitely achieve this. That is why today we're going to go through 10 different fragrances that are sexy, but at the same time can be worn at the workplace. And I'm going to say this is a variety of workplaces these can work in. It's not just the office, and some of these are more youthful and it can be worn at school as well, which I'll point out. Before we get to the main list, guys, I want to talk about a sponsor today who are promoting a perfume that is made by the same perfumer who made Creed Aventus, and he was one of the perfumers for Spice Bomb Extreme. This is Jack Fat's Vetiver Gris. Vetiver Gris is the latest release by Jack Fat that you can easily sample. And as you guessed it, it is a vetiver fragrance that fits the theme of today's video. It's got a rating of 4.62. One of the reviews says, managed to smell this at Essence today, launching in September, amazing, sensual, modern and attractive vetiver. Definitely on my top 2 list of all times vetivers. Well done. Of course, the release date was actually this month in February, so there's a bit of a discrepancy there, but that's a great review. How would I describe Vetiver Gris? It is essentially what I would say a very classical French perfume that the brand in general specializes in. It is as if they've taken Maison Francis Kurkdjian's Masculine Pluriel, a classical barbershop scent, and mixed it with Tom Ford's Grey Vetiver. This is a bright, clean, professional, modern smelling vetiver fragrance mixed with the barbershop DNA, then added with a soft, powdery, modern iris in here as well. So it's iris, barbershop and vetiver all at the same time. With vetiver fragrances, people can get scared, but this is not a scary vetiver. This is a very easy and smooth vetiver. I think anyone who loves fragrances like Tom Ford's Grey Vetiver or Terre d'Hermès will love something like this. Bright, modern, professional vetiver fragrances. And because of the iris, if you like Prada's L'Homme, you are likely to enjoy this if you want a more challenging scent. This is more complex and Prada L'Homme, there's more going on here. I get at least 8 hours of longevity with a soft and moderate projection. I would wear this ideally in the spring, summer and autumn time, but you can wear this in the winter time in the office as well if you're in a climate controlled environment. This is a professional man's everyday signature. Think Harvey Specter vibes from Suits. That kind of personality would wear something like this. This is very modern and at the same time rugged and masculine and professional. Also, I think there was that one girl on that show, what was her name? Meghan Markle. Whatever happened to her? She seemed like a nice girl. Hope she's doing well. If you guys want to try out Vetiver Gris, I will leave a link in the description below where you can either sample the fragrance, where you will actually gain Jack Fat's entire set of fragrances, or you can buy a full bottle of this fragrance. They do worldwide delivery to over 90 countries. Thank you, Jack Fat, for sponsoring today's video. Let's get started on the main list. These are in no particular order as they all have very different scent styles, so pick one that you like the sound of. At number 10, we have Jean-Paul Gaultier's Le Beau, Le Parfum. The original Le Beau could work in the office as well, but I kind of thought that fragrance fell a bit flat. It was a very simple, tonka bean, creamy, skin lotion, coconut kind of scent, which was fine. It was nice and pleasant, very inoffensive, but this, they've amped up the projection, they've amped up the longevity, and they've made this more of a complete fragrance, a very sexy combination of pineapple, coconut, iris, and woods. So it's powdery, sexy, playful, but at the same time still inoffensive. It's not going to project too loudly. This is a sexy fragrance that is easy to wear every day, but at the same time has a unique twist because of those combination of notes. 8 to 10 hours longevity, soft and moderate projection. A solid release by the brand. And this definitely works for school as well. Number 9, Penhaligon Sartorial. This is sexy because it's a barbershop DNA that smells like freshly pressed linen. You know, if you perfectly ironed your shirt, some people can do that, then it's kind of like that freshly pressed shirt smell mixed with honey. And I think it's that honey that makes it very sexy. Barbershop scents are generally quite safe to wear in the office, but that honey as a touch of opulence, a touch of creativity in your scent profile. I think easily one of the best from Penhaligon's. Penhaligon's in general is a brand for more heavy scents, for opulence. They made scents for royalty, supposedly. So this is more of a rich person's luxurious kind of house, not really a freshy kind of house. So Penhaligon Sartorial is appropriate to wear all year round apart from the summertime. A really unique and one of the best barbershop scents I've still smelled to this day. Check it out if you haven't already. Chanel's Allure Homme Sport, the original. I always pick this over the Extreme. This fragrance has notes that are quite sexy in general as a casual daily wear. Things like aquatic notes, you've got things like citruses, some woods. This takes a summer freshy kind of DNA but thickens it up. I feel like it's a more thick and smooth, creamy take from Chanel. They've made it an aquatic scent that smells more elegant. This smells more robust. I feel like you're getting a more substantial fragrance that can last you all day. I personally get 8 hours of this bottle of Allure Homme Sport, so it takes that fun, casual DNA, as I said, makes it more elegant, more office appropriate, and gets you a lot of compliments. This has got me a lot of compliments at work so far. Terence Hughes Guapo. I do believe he's still selling this fragrance. He's did a recent rebrand, and this is a fantastic fragrance. I wore this in the summertime, last summertime at work, and it's a fantastic, long-lasting summertime scent that I feel works really well in the office. Again, a vetiver-based fragrance that is modern, it's not difficult to wear at all. I got like 10 hours longevity, citrus, vetiver, and a lot of ambroxan. So if you like ambroxan-based scents, this will be the fragrance for you. A really sexy scent from his brand. Parfum de Marly's Sedley. This is their take on the blue DNA. It smells very much fresh out of the shower, but very summery, lighter. It's ambroxan heavy again, very long lasting, but at the same time, it has a nice masculine sandalwood in there. So if you want a fresh out of the shower, ambroxan heavy sandalwood scent, this is the fragrance for you. Very masculine. It is, questionable if you're paying the right price for it. Definitely try before you buy because it's so pricey. Apart from the Marly, I'm always questioning if you should pay that kind of price for their fresher scents, but I cannot deny it's very sexy. I gave it a 9 out of 10 in our buying guide for the brand, so check it out. I think it is the sexiest out of the bunch. Percival also works. Xerjoff Uden. A 10 out of 10 masterpiece. It has the top notes of a traditional citrus cologne, and it's impressive that the citruses here last a very long time. Usually citrus top notes go away after 5 minutes, but no, this goes for several hours. That's very impressive perfumery. If you've tried that at all yourself, you try making your own scents, that is extremely impressive. But what makes it sexy is that it has that fresh, clean, inoffensive touch from those citruses, but then it combines rum and coffee, and there's woodiness as well. But rum and coffee in your daily signature is very sexy. That's what makes it appropriate for this list. Easy to wear all year round in my opinion. Spring, summer and autumn are its best seasons, but definitely wear it all year round as a sexy warmth from those notes, as I mentioned. 8 to 10 hours longevity, soft and moderate projection, worth the price in my opinion. There is no doubt about this one. You get some people who compare this to Chanel's Allure Homme Edition Blanche. I will strongly disagree. That fragrance is a lemon-based scent. This is not just lemon. I feel like it has a mixture of citruses, so I'm really on the other side of the fence where I say these are not comparable. I do not think it's redundant to own both of these at all, in my opinion, but try before you buy, I guess. The Dior Homme Sport 2021. This was a very impressive summer fragrance for me because it smells like orange mixed with amber and mixed with woods. It's like if they took the woodiness, isoe super heavy DNA of the original Dior Homme 2020, they actually completed the DNA. I feel like this is a more complete fragrance. It is a very versatile summer fragrance that I think, because of that warmth of the amber notes, can actually be worn all year round. It's very smooth, orangey, very masculine and very modern smelling, and it's got great longevity for at least 8 hours of soft and moderate projection. It's just a very handsome work fragrance. Armani Code Eau de Parfum or the Parfum, either one of these fragrances. Armani Code is a very traditional, safe DNA. Actually, the Absolute as well, I would have mentioned here, but it's discontinued. That was a very sexy, professional vanilla scent. But yeah, the Eau de Parfum or the Parfum are a very safe tonka bean, citrus aromatic fragrance mixed with manly professional suede or leather. So it really balances the notes of freshness, sweetness and professional rugged leather. That's what makes it a classic. It's very sexy, very traditionally masculine. It's a traditional DNA from like 2004, I think was the original. So they've kind of carried that on and made it more modern. The Eau de Parfum and the Parfum, you don't need to own both. They're very similar, but the Parfum is a very good release still overall because I think they added a really nice touch of powderiness from the iris. If I had to choose between the two, currently I would go for the Parfum actually. It's got great longevity, about 10 hours. Creed's Green Irish Tweed. A fragrance from the 80s that I think still holds a candle to today's modern scents. It really is just a classic. Beautiful, green, musky, soapy, professional here. Really, and I think easily one of the best green fragrances ever made. It lasts you easily 10 hours, signature material both day and night. I think probably if Don Draper was around in the 80s, he would be rocking something like this. This is just a boss fragrance. And finally, Mancera Cedrat Boise, the Intense. I got loads of compliments with the original Cedrat Boise back when it was a stronger formulation. It has a very sexy mass appeal with a very masculine scent, in my opinion, smoky ruggedness, but then the sexiness also comes from the fruity notes that are in it. So it really combines that playful fruitiness with a serious smokiness in the fragrance DNA. The Intense does it better as well. I think it's smoother, it's not as loud, so it's not as offensive at the workplace, and it gives you a nice little oud finish in there, a nice oud note in there. So it's smooth, woodier, longer lasting. Definitely the version I recommend these days. And that's the list, guys. Thank you for watching. If you have watched Mad Men and you know who Don Draper is, or just looking at him on our B-roll, what fragrance do you think he would wear just looking at him? Let us know in the comments down below, or tell me which sexy fragrances do you think people can wear to work. Again, I'll leave a link in the description down below for Vetiver Gris. Make sure to check out our other videos on office fragrances, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.